Our praise are with natural storm victims. It's come from Atlantic Ocean. Thank you, Leslie. You have just revealed how incompetent is our South Carolina Public Service Commissioner. Bill, I hope that my today slideshow timing will be better synchronized with your strong voice. Let's go.
Well, how you doing, folks? Once again, my name is Bill Clade, welcoming you to Bill and Joe's TV. Well, this is our third go-round, folks, and to be quite honest, we've had quite a few problems going on here.
Let's go.
Things just ain't going the way they're supposed to, but I guess what else is new? You know, you guys have been having the same sort of problem. So we're going to get back into the SCANA issue again. We have some more slides, and I'll have some more comments to make comment on these slides, rather. It's been a long day, so my brain ain't working too good here, folks, but well, folks, I'm going to tell you something now, folks. I'm going to be real straight up and honest with you. The guy that pushes the buttons, he's got himself labeled as an electrician. Hey. I'll tell you, he is hard to work with sometimes. He really, really is. But I'll tell you what.
Oh, we're going to see right now a picture of Our Lady from the State newspaper.
I'm a stupid mechanic.
She just
the engineer
prepared
and the mechanic are going to try to work together.
Bunch of numbers. Some of they supposed to make sure that we're going to believe that the Dominion is a solution for us. No, the solution for us is end of SCANA scandal that was started in 2008.
And as you can see, there's a slide up on the screen right now, and it asks these questions: Can we trust her numbers? And of course, this is an article that's written by Cindy Ross-Scopey. Hopefully I pronounced the last name correctly. She's an associate editor with the state newspaper down there in Columbia, which is not too far away from Jenkinsville. And you have the information there, folks, on the bottom of the screen. Hopefully you'll be able to pick it off real quick.
You have on the bottom
and
link.
If you can't,
you can read this article, but you have to copy and paste.
You can always go back and check out the
engine.
video, and when it comes up to the slide here, you can stop it and check out the link at the bottom of the picture on the slide. So, with that all being said, I did a little digging up, thanks to Joe here, and I did a little digging here for some information. And I'm just going to read, this is a quote from a particular article written by Cindy Ross there, and it starts off with this. It says, if you're looking, well, let me go back there again. Sorry about that, folks. You see, the newspaper doesn't say anything. It merely states things, and that's also a reason why religion is ruining America, but that's for later on. It states, if you're looking for the most comprehensive list of numbers concerning the decision by South Carolina Electric and Gas and Santee Cooper to abandon construction of 2 reactors at the V.C. Summer nuclear site, you're in luck. This is it. Now again, folks, I'm quoting from an article that appeared in the February 26th edition of the state newspaper. Article continues. Early on, I started compiling a list with numbers and other bits of information about the project. Hey, seems like Joe had some competition here. This gal's collecting some numbers too and information, just like Joe was. So anyway, she started collecting bits of information about the project, so I wouldn't have to keep looking them up. That's a good plan, folks. She continues, and I decided to share the information and update it periodically with additional information. Basically, folks, that's what Bill and Joe's TV is kind of all about. See, because there's a lot of stuff that really has been left out. Now, and you can check this all out for yourself, folks. Like I said, the link is on there. You got to copy and paste it and stick it into your computer search engine. So
yes,
let's look a little bit here at the project down there in Jenkinsville, South Carolina.
This is less than 5% what's supposed to be returned back to the people of the South Carolina, electric gas ratepayers, and some part has to be also returned to the people.
According to her
they
article,
get electricity
and according
from
to the numbers and the bits of information she collected,
right, Bill?
$11 billion was the original projected cost of the two reactors. And this probably dates back to somewhere around 2007 or 2008. That's my opinion. I don't have any facts in front of me. Now, the next thing that she brings out is $20 billion. Now, that was the minimum projected cost due to delays and cost overruns when South Carolina Electric and Gas and Santee Cooper abandoned the project. Well, let's see. I graduated school a long time ago before all this new math garbage came out, and they had this idea of no child left behind nonsense. But just doing some real simple arithmetic here, folks, that's a $9 billion difference between the original projected cost and the minimum projected cost. That's pretty lousy calculating as far as I'm concerned. And like the next little item here, $9 billion. Well, that's what Santee Cooper and Gas, I'm sorry, South Carolina Electric and Gas and Santee Cooper spent on the project before abandoning it. Well, let me ask this stupid question, you know. Where did the $9 billion go, folks? I mean, cost overrun? Well, that sounds nice and impressive. But is it possible that somebody's pockets were getting lined in the process? Perish the thought. And this goes back to something I heard back in the days of 9/11 from individuals. Oh, our government wouldn't do that. Now, if you folks don't know what I'm talking about, then you better go do some homework. Now, let's go here to Dominion. Now, the proposed purchase price from Dominion Energy is $14.6 billion. Now, that's what, you know, the proposed purchase price is for the SCANA Corporation. Well, now you got to do a little calculating and figuring out, folks. It's called follow the names. Oh yeah, see, that goes along with follow the money, folks. See, you got to follow the names. Who owns what? In other words, just because you see a name, let's take Breyer's Ice Cream, okay? Just because you see the name Breyer's Ice Cream, that doesn't mean that it's Breyer's Ice Cream. And you can do this with just about anything, folks. You go look at a carton of Breyer's Ice Cream, and guess what you'll find out? It really isn't owned by Breyer's Ice Cream. Not like it was when I used to go to school and we stopped at the stationery store and got them loose packed half pints or pints. I was a pig. I actually got a quart and I ate the whole thing. So don't be deceived, folks, just because you see some name like South Carolina Electric and Gas, or you see some name Santee Cooper, or you see some name of some small electric co-op that provides you with electricity. And we're going to get into this a little bit more, and in fact, I think Joe will have some slides up that'll give you an idea. For example, Dominion, they want to pay $1.3 billion. In other words, that's refunds that Dominion says it will pay to South Carolina electric and gas customers if its purchase goes through. Wow, that really sounds like a good deal, all right? Well, now you got to follow the money, folks. See, you got to go from name to money, from money to name. You got to go back and forth, excuse me, or up and down like a yo-yo. I got to get me something here to drink, folks. Hang on a second.
Bill, you have just talked about the big names and the big numbers of US dollars. When you look into the article, you can see that Our Lady was using a number 18%. Now, just be realistic. Is anybody paying their bills using percentage or using dollars? So we are both two seniors. Are you paying for your medication and food with something else than United States dollars? Yes, I am paying my bills using a green, beautiful bills. They are not red, they are not blue. They are just real green.
Folks, you see, no corporation, I don't care whether it's big or small, wants to lose anything out of their pocket called profit. Yeah, they have a little pocket called profit. And then they got another pocket that's operating expenses. And what they do a lot of times, folks, is they take that profit and they take it out of that pocket and they put it into the other pocket called operating expenses. Pretty slick trick. And folks, it's been done I don't know how many times. Enron, there's a good example. Enron. How about the banks, folks? So let's get right down to the bottom line. What in the world is the politicians of America, but in this specific case, the politicians of South Carolina, what are they going to do about it? Well, let's take a look-see here, okay? There's an individual whose name is Leslie Minard, and I hope that I pronounced that right. I may not have. And it's really interesting because she had gone before the Public Service Commission and she lost the case. And many people lost their money because of the FCA of BLRA fraud. And that goes back to something I talked about on one of the other programs. I remember BLRA, that's Base Load Review Act. You think I can remember what FCA is? Of course not. See, a lot of times, folks, we don't remember things. But then there are some things that are really important to remember. And this gal's name is one of them. Now, why do I say that? Well, let's go take a look-see here. Joe has a chart up, or he will shortly, that shows the voting positions here back in 2010. Now, if you notice, we have a Republican, and I hope Joe spelled that right on the slide, because I just noticed it's spelled wrong on the sheet here. Oh well, hey, that just goes to show you, folks, nobody's perfect. But Alan Wilson, and we mentioned him once before, he was a Republican. And then there was Matthew Richardson, and he was the Democrat. And then there was Leslie Minard. She ran with the Green Party. Well, let me tell you how this works, folks. You see, if you don't go on the Republican ticket, or you don't go on the Democratic ticket, chances are you're going to be a loser. That's just the way the game of politics, that's politics, folks, not government, politics is played in America nowadays. Now, Leslie Bernard, she lost her case, and the docket number, for anybody that's interested, is number 2017-346-E in the PSC, and then there's order number 2018-56. Well, she lost that case by a technicality. But if you really want to know the truth, folks, she lost it to the criminal cartel by a technicality. Now, are those strong words? You bet your bippy they are, folks. They sure are. And again, you know, I've been at this a long time, and I can show other areas where these little cloak and dagger schemes, smoke and mirrors, have been taken before, especially when it comes to the voting procedure. See, everything that Donald Trump has been saying about fake news, you want to know something, folks? The vast majority of it is fake news. But Donald Trump's kind of like the bull in the china shop, just like I am. But if you pay attention and you listen carefully, you'll find out that a lot of the stuff that he talks about off the cuff, just like I do, really is true. And this happens to be another particular case. She lost her case. Now, Ms. Menard, again, don't know whether she's married or single, didn't look it up that much, but she went up against the Public Service Commission. And so did Joe Wojcinski. But Joe had a strike against him, and again, it's not a slam against Joe, folks. I'm just telling you the way it is and how it works. But Joe has a hard time speaking fluent American because he has a heavy accent. Now, that's no disrespect against Joe, but it is a disrespect against some of the people in party politics, whether they're Republican or Democrat or the Green Party or the Constitution Party or the Communist Party. I don't care what it is, folks. It's a strike against you. And that's one of the reasons why Joe and I got hooked up. Joe asked me point blank, and he'll verify this at some point down the road. He says, Bill, I'd like you to be the voice. So here I am. You may not like what I tell you, folks. You may not believe it. You may not think it's right. You may not accept it. Hey, makes no difference to me, because I'm not going to pay the consequences. Ultimately, you will. But that's another issue for another time. So see you later, folks. And I hope you do some more finding out with your own investigations. And how about taking a look-see at history too, folks? Until next time, you'll take care. Bye-bye for now. God bless.
Oh, we have lost a piece of the information about the Public Service Commission. Next time, we will return to this subject. Have a good day, guys.